Hey everyone, Oz here. Today I want to talk about a topic that I believe has been plaguing the merchant cash advance industry for a while now, and it's giving the wrong idea. It's causing a misunderstanding about the potential of this industry. So I wanted to do a video and point that out. So this concept of merchant cash advance has been around since early 90s, and back then one of the best ways to grow this business, just like any other business that's heavy on cold sales, like cold contact, was through telemarketing. So the best thing you would want to do back then would to have a floor full of people who's dialing. So you were dialing for dollars pretty much, and things were going really, really well because the more you dial or more you find people who can dial properly, you will be closing more deals. But fast forward, 20, almost 30 years now, that's not so much the case anymore. But the industry is having difficulty changing its habits. Many people who get started in this industry and who get disappointed in a short amount of time get to experience that experiment because they think that they can just start this business, buy some leads, some data or telemarketing lists, sit at home, dial for 8 hours a day, and build a successful business. Unfortunately, those days are slowly dying. I'm not saying, because I know some people will come out and argue and tell me, oh, Oz, we've been building our business by telemarketing and cold calling all these years. So are you coming out and telling me that that's not working anymore? I'm not saying it's not working. It is losing its effectiveness every single day. And people who've been in the industry are having difficulty acknowledging that fact. It's not ideal to build a business that way anymore. Can you do it? Yes, but let's be honest, who really wants to sit by their phone for 8 hours a day and dial 300, 500? I mean, I know people who dial 900 people a day because, they use dialers and things like that. So they're not manually dialing it in just to bring business. Will you get some sales? Yeah, you will get sales here and there. But let's not forget that you're dealing with two problems, even if you do get sales. One is that it's so easy for someone else to do the same thing. Like someone starting out in this industry, they can come in and they can buy very cheap data. They can start dialing. And so that causes the problem of the saturation that you think that it exists, because I get that question quite a bit. People think that this industry is saturated. I think it is far from the truth. And it's not just my thought, it is the numbers, right? The data speaks for itself. We're barely scratching the surface. The reason that you're having that misconception is that you're basing your understanding of this industry on telemarketing calls. If you're buying the same data, if someone else buying the same data and they're all dialing, this person who somehow got their phone captured by this data person receiving 10, 15, 20, 30 calls from all these merchant cash advance companies. And by the time you're the 10th guy, he's already pissed. There is no way for you to build enough rapport with this person so it becomes a customer unless you figure that part out and this person likes you and they want to work with you. There's not going to be any loyalty, because the moment you hang up, someone else will call this person and try to get their business. Even if you get the deal funded, you're not going to get much repeat business out of that, because the people are hammering the phones, you're calling this guy over and over again. Once he pays off a certain percentage of his merchant cash advance, someone else will pick him up. All right, you're gonna lose him the same way you found him. This is a product that's in demand. It's highly legal, and businesses do need this. All right, so they are very unlikely to get the funding they need from traditional banks. Sorry, I got to keep fixing my camera because it goes blurry. So that's why they need people like yourself who want to be the true consultant, not just a boiler room type of salesperson who, that's the only people that we want, in my training, honestly. So people who are looking for a true consultant who want to help this business by giving him or her the options. So what I'm trying to say is, if your goal, if you're in this business, if you just started out, or if you're planning to start out, and if your goal is to telemarket all day long, first thing, well, it's not going to help you build a business. You're going to buy yourself a full-time, more than a full-time job. Second of all, you're going to be very miserable, okay? I don't care if you've never done sales or if you've been in sales for 20 years, no one can sustain that kind of lifestyle with a positive attitude. People are hanging up on you, people are cursing you out, people are not treating you nicely all day long, back to back to back to back, a couple hundred people. You can't tell me by the end of the month you're going to be really happy with the income payment. You're going to hit yourself over time. You're going to burn out, right? So it's not a good way to build a business. So what I'm trying to say is, whether you like it or not, you're going to have to adapt to online marketing. You're going to have to look for other places where people are readily available to trust you as a consultant if you have the right intentions, without having to go through this route of pulling on doors. Like, that's what they used to tell me when I was selling merchant cash advance. Go outside 8 o'clock, have your breakfast, have your plan of attack, and call all day long. And in the streets of New York City, I would pull on doors all day long, whether it's minus 10 degrees or it's 110 degrees. That was my job. I made great income for myself, but at the top of my career, I quit my job. Why? Because it did not make any sense. We don't live in this age anymore. Can you generate sales? Yeah, but if you wanna build a business that you can work from home, you can decide on your hours, you can decide who you take as a client, and pretty much generate leads on demand. Why would you go through all that trouble? Like, that's the point I'm trying to make. If you're watching this and you're on the verge of getting into this industry, or you just got in and you're like, what do I do now? Like, I'm overwhelmed. You don't know who to trust, right? You don't know who are the real lenders, and you don't know if they're going to take your deal or not. That's not a healthy way to build business. You got to figure out the right way to understand where the market is right now, because regardless of the age group, whatever you're selling, whatever you're offering your audiences online. Facebook just passed 2 billion users per month. That includes the age group between 50 to 75. That includes teenagers who've been online since the inception, all right? So in evolution, you have to either adapt or you die. That's just the rule of the law of the nature, right? So in business, you have to adapt fast. And I see that merchant cash advance industry is falling behind because they still want to make telemarketing work. And for someone who's starting out, I suggest against it. Do not waste your money. Learn the strategies that will position you as the consultant and potentially the only viable option to your customer, whether you've been in sales or not, whether you ran businesses or not. To me, merchant cash advance is a business. It's almost the perfect business model that you can work from home with limited hours, no cold calling or telemarketing. You can still pull in a couple of deals a month with the people who respect you and your authority and who see you as a consultant. They don't put you down. They don't see you as someone who's pushing people around, right? And you can make a very healthy living, right? Even if you fund 3 to 5 deals per month, that puts you over $100,000 per year. Like, most people in the US do not make that. The average income is about $44,000, all right? Even if you're just making that much by putting in 2 to 3 hours per day, wouldn't be all worth it? Like, just think about what it is that you're doing or you've been doing right now, and how much time and effort and stress it requires from you in order to make the income that you're making right now. I know it's not all about income, but let's be honest. Like, if making more money gives you options to do other things, right? If nothing, let's say you don't want to buy anything, it gives you the freedom to spend the time as you want it with the people that you want, all right? So this is what I wanted to get it out. If you want to learn how to utilize the online marketing to start a home-based business and get it up to $15,000 to $30,000 in commission in a short amount of time, by short, I mean, like, literally a month and a half, I have the blueprint system, Merchant Cash Advanced Success Blueprint. We have a ton of people having amazing success. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, do it now, and you'll be able to see the interviews that I've done with a couple of our students whose life has changed pretty much because of the Blueprint program. So I highly suggest you check that out. There's a link below this video for a free webinar where you can know more about the industry and know more about the Blueprint program. So that way you can check that out. And if you think that's a good fit, you're going to have an opportunity to schedule a call with me. So I hope this makes sense. Leave comments below to let me know what your thoughts are. But thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care now.